The PlayStation Vita is one of those consoles that I absolutely love, but not enough people talk about it. It did, however, fail in the US, so I understand why, but I've got a few games in this video that I want to talk about that are absolutely amazing, so let's get into that. Right off the bat, we're going to start off with Mortal Kombat. Now, I know this released on other systems, however, being able to take this on the go and play it was just next level. At the time, I'm pretty sure I had this on like the PS3 or maybe the PS4, but having this on the go was absolutely crazy. It looked really good. It played really good. I'm a big fan of Mortal Kombat. Plus, you can play as Kratos, so this is one of those games on the PlayStation Vita that if you're going to pick up a Vita, you're going to want to probably play this, and it's actually a pretty cheap game, which is why it's in my collection, because it's a ton of fun and definitely well worth picking up. Next, we have a super weird one, and that is Lumine's Electronic Symphony. This game is crazy awesome. I'm a big fan of Tetris, and this is basically like Tetris on steroids with EDM music blasting in the background. It's one of those games that I've played so much. You can always play it. You can always throw it in and play this and have some fun. I absolutely think it's amazing to play. If you're a fan of puzzle games and you like kind of upbeat music, this is a game you'll probably definitely enjoy. The backgrounds and the graphics of this game look really awesome as well. And so I feel like this is one of those games that doesn't push the PS Vita very far, but it's a game that's a ton of fun. It looks amazing and is definitely well worth it. Next, we've got a game that I absolutely loved on the PlayStation 3, and that was Uncharted. This is a series that I caught my attention on the PS3, and whenever they released it for the PlayStation Vita, of course, you knew I just had to pick it up. Honestly, this is a ton of fun. This kind of goes back to the Mortal Kombat game, where this was one of those games I had at home and was able to play, but with my PlayStation Vita, I could just take it on the go. It's a ton of fun. I absolutely love the kind of first-person shooter / puzzle-solving game. I think this is one of those games that if you played it back in the day, you absolutely know what I'm talking about, because this shocked me from the moment I started playing it. I absolutely fell in love with this game and the series, and when this came out on the PS Vita, I just had to pick it up, and it was one of those I couldn't skip over. Next is what I'm pretty sure is an indie title, and that is Child of Light. This is a walking simulator game that looks absolutely incredible. It is a ton of fun to play if you like walking simulators and you kind of want to sit back and relax and enjoy a story. This is a game you'll definitely want to pick up. The graphics look absolutely amazing. The music and the sound in this game absolutely take you to the next level. The atmosphere is very awesome about it. It looks amazing, plays amazing, the story is great, and it's one of those games that even though this did come out on the PS Vita, it came out on the Switch as well, and I picked it up there and played it there, and it's just one of those games that if you've got a Vita, you gotta have this one because it just looks so great and plays so wonderfully. Next is a game that if you watched the channel before, you probably know I am a huge fan of Katamari. So when Touch My Katamari came out on the PlayStation Vita, you know I grabbed it as fast as I could. This was a game that was kind of a little harder to find in my area at the time because PS Vita games are hard to find in general, but one that's more sought after like Katamari game is definitely hard, but if you've never played a Katamari game, you pretty much roll around and pick up things that are smaller than you. You build a mass and get bigger and bigger and try to work your way through the levels. The music on this game will get stuck in your head and you will absolutely not be able to get it out. No matter how much you play this game, you will get this stuck in your head for sure. It's a ton of fun. I absolutely love it. And again, it's one of those games where you can sit back, relax, enjoy the game. You're not doing too much crazy over the top stuff. However, it's still very enjoyable and definitely well worth picking up. And that brings us to the last game on this list, but definitely the best game in my opinion and my favorite game for the PlayStation Vita overall, and that is Gravity Rush. This is the first game I picked up on the PlayStation Vita. And there's a big reason why. I had read up on this and I was like, I've got to get this game. It looks absolutely incredible. The artwork is phenomenal. The way that the game plays is phenomenal. It even shows off some of the features that the PlayStation Vita has with that back glass and back touchscreen. You can really take advantage of it with this game, and the way that they kind of change the way gravity works and everything about it just blew my mind. And it's really an amazing game. They actually released a second one on the PlayStation 4, which I have over there, but it's still sealed, so I probably need to open that up pretty soon. But this is a game that I absolutely loved. I've played this like 2 or 3 times already on my Vita since picking it up, and it's just one of those that if you're gonna have a Vita collection, this has to be in your collection because it's definitely well worth it and amazing to play. So there you have it. There is 6 games from my PlayStation Vita collection that I absolutely love, but I don't know if you can see back there, I do have more PlayStation Vita games, so if you want me to talk about any, maybe I have them in my collection and I'll talk about them in the future. There's a few indie ones that are a little interesting that you should probably pick up if you have a Vita as well, but I figured this was a good list to talk about because these are some amazing games. But like I said, I absolutely love the Vita. I really wish it had done better in the United States because finding the games from my collection was absolutely ridiculously hard. I was checking every GameStop in my area. I was hitting up random game stores, and occasionally I would find 1 or 2, but I never find them anymore, which is a real shock because this thing is definitely a system I would like to play more games for. I just don't find them in the wild very often, which makes it pretty hard for me. These are some amazing games, and I'll probably end up playing through all of these again, but I would love to see some more games come to my collection for the PS Vita. So if there's games that I didn't talk about and you think I should have, leave those down below because this is an amazing system and I'm always on the lookout for more games for it. But I'm going to get out of here, so check out that video up there if you haven't already because, yeah, I want to play some more of these Vita games. Obviously, these are some phenomenal ones, but I really am looking forward to finding more games for my Vita collection. So let me know if you've got any ideas, but I'm getting out of here, so go ahead and check out that video out if you haven't already.